Something New, Chapter 3, Style. I drove past the Nuts and Bolts superstore. If it weren't in the process of burning down, it would be a good place to stop. The parking lot was filled with cars. Half had lights on, or were burning. Some crashed, and others had their alarms blaring. It was a death trap. From my high altitude, I had a perfect view. It was quite sad. I had my window cracked open and a lit cigarette in my hand. Then my radio picked up a signal. If anyone is alive, meet me in Albany. I have supplies, but I won't be there for too much longer. The world is going to shit. Connor, over and out. Then the static came back on as I clicked off the radio. I pulled out a map I had on my passenger side seat. I pulled out a large hill overlooking a dark valley. Then turned the car off, but opened the door and walked outside with the map. I placed the map against the hood of the car. Then I truly looked up at the sky. Not only was the moon bright, but most of Milky Way was there. I took a cigarette and looked around. As I smoked, I looked and tried to see how many I could recognize. Turns out none of them, but it was still awe-inspiring. I turned my gaze from the stars to the map on the hood of my car. I saw the nuts and bolts on the map, and I'd driven 5 miles beyond it. I traced approximately 5 miles on the map with my finger. Aha! So I'm in the town of Madison, New York, approximately 1 day away from Albany. Good, I thought to myself, so I won't sleep for a day. Just had to take the interstate through New York. I just had to follow the highway. Then, as I was about to turn my lights back on, I heard the rumble and roar of a jet engine. It was a huge black jet, and it seemed to be crashing. It let out a bomb as I ducked behind my car. Then right before the bomb hit, the plane crashed into the ground. Boom! I looked up after the shockwave passed. It was a nightmarish image. Orange flames for miles and a fiery impact crater. Yeah, okay, it was time to leave. This place would be swarming with zombies soon enough. I packed up the map and got back into my car. The night was dark as I drove down wooded side roads rather than go through a populated town. There were a few zombies walking in the woods. I just kept the car going a steady 40 miles per hour. Eventually, I found the highway again. I took the exit and began cruising at 70 miles an hour, dodging cars and the occasional fire zombie. I looked at the clock on my dashboard, 3:21 a.m. I rubbed the sleep out of my eyes as I kept on speeding down the highway. In the distance was a burning skyscraper, smoke pouring out of the windows, flames, and small explosions on multiple floors. Then I watched as the building finally collapsed under its own weight. The fire spread from the skyscraper to the town and surrounding forest. It was just another thing that happened. So what does Albany have? Supplies and a safe haven, or is it a trap? Who the hell knew, but we'd find out soon enough.